Is Blake Levine, and today's educational talk is the importance of music when living with bipolar disorder or depression. In my own experience, when I was diagnosed at 15 with bipolar disorder, it was a really hard, dark, and scary time. I was placed in the mental hospital, and I remember having such feelings of confusion, wondering if I would ever recover, thinking that other kids may, judge me. Would I be able to have friendships again? And listening to music was a very positive part of my treatment. So often in the hospital I was in, we would have some downtime where we could put on music and listen to different things and relax. At the time, my mom bought me a Bon Jovi tape, and I started to listen to it. And I found that sometimes having something that was a little bit uplifting was a very positive part of my experience, because I had music when I was feeling sad. I could listen to sad songs and connect to the deep and heavy emotions within them. When I was feeling a little bit better or good, I could listen to songs that were up-tempo, that were happy, that were joyous. And it proved to me that even though it was a really rough couple years trying to get the right medicines and treatment, but music was something that I found hope and peace in. And then I would later learn, after going and getting my degree and getting my master's in social work, that music has the power to influence and make an impact on many people. I was working in a psychiatric hospital doing an internship, and some of the kids in the hospital had a mental illness and also were from the inner city. And I remember at one point I was running a group, and the kids were acting very wild. They were throwing stuff and yelling and screaming, and it was very hard to get them to calm down and actually run the group. And I remember one of the African American kids, who was kind of big, looked at me and said, "You a honky." And I quickly rapped, "You a honky, acting silly and acting rude. You better start to respect me, dude. My attitude's ready to say, if you don't stay calm, you're going to stay put away. Group's over. You need to relax and breathe. You don't stop, I'm about to leave." And the kids were kind of stunned because, I'm a white person, I dress kind of preppy, and they were shocked that I could rap. Several of the kids there said, "Hey, can you teach us how you rapped, and can we do a group about that?" And I started this technique called rap therapy. This was back in about 2003, where kids would actually, write hip-hop song, dance, and art about the things they went through in their lives. The kids that were in the hospital, who'd been in foster care, opened up about some very painful things. They talked about parents being addicted to drugs. One talked about a parent jumping off a building in front of him and committing suicide. Another talked about a mom being locked up. And they also shared about the struggle of being in the foster care system, how sometimes they were shuttled from home to home. Many of the foster parents didn't care that much about them, and if they misbehaved, they would throw them out. Some of these kids by age 12 had been in 10 or 12 different homes, and it just struck me that the music was a way for us to connect. And being able to, have them write songs about it. We played different hip hop songs that were popular at the time. It really was a wonderful feeling for me as a therapist to help them. And I found the kids were so much more open when writing a song about it, or writing a poem about it, or doing art, rather than just trying to speak in traditional counseling sessions. And many of the children even said, "Hey, when I'm in my therapist's office, I can't open up about all the pain that I went through, but when I write a song about it, I can let it out and talk about it, and it feels comfortable and easy." I then went on to make a documentary with the Salvation Army called Rap Therapy, where I worked with a group of kids, and we put on a show where they would create hip-hop song, dance, and art about their lives in the foster care system. That documentary went very far. We had it optioned by the producer of Dragnet, the film Face Off, and Charlie Bartlett. We had meetings with almost all the major networks like ABC and Fox and MTV and BET. And I learned that music has a really big potential to impact our lives. And even my work helping those with mental illness, music is a big piece of most of the clients I've helped lives. When they are feeling sad, they listen to emotional songs. When they want to feel better or work out, they do put on pop songs that are maybe upbeat and a little bit, faster. And I found that you can have a really good experience having music as part of your life. I've also found that you don't want to be listening to music 12 hours a day, because then it can be too much of an escape and you won't be able to handle the rest of your responsibilities. But having a good amount, whether it's 20 minutes or 30 minutes a day, a couple days a week, or each day, can be a really positive piece of living with a mental illness. And in my own life, I'm in the car a lot right now. I'm actually waiting to pick up my daughter from school. Well, I have a few minutes to make this video, and when I have that downtime, I listen to some of my favorite songs. I have a CD player, and I've learned that songs can even remind us of the good times we had in our lives. So if you had a song that was playing when you were having a summer activity, or you were in love in your youth, that song sometimes brings you back to that time. There's even a study I read about where, that's my son, where elderly people that were really depressed, they put on music from their youth, songs that were popular when they were a kid, and the elderly people actually responded at a very high level. They were happier, they were joyous, and they were even able to communicate better after listening to their favorite songs. So I want to thank you for watching this video, and I want you to check out, I have an amazing book coming out called The Psychology of Adult Coloring. It talks about the adult coloring craze that's going on and why it's so popular. And then after that, in January 2017, the book The Depression Diet is going to be released, and it teaches about living with depression but finding hope, optimism, using music and other things to be able to handle whatever you face. So you have a great day, and like and subscribe to this channel. We have lots of educational talks, and if you look below on my website, Bipolar Online, there is a lot of educational articles and videos as well as a coaching program. You have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.